Okay, so I ran across this on X a couple days ago, and you have some New York Knicks fans or on a podcast, whatever you want to call them, making fun of Cade Cunningham's injury that he suffered, a collapsed lung. I was on vacation, so I didn't get an opportunity to really see it when it happened. I heard about it from my friends. He a Knicks fan. I really didn't even know. I seen him fall. Then it came out, he had a collapsed lung. Sound like it was over, but 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, he should be ready for. He should be. Hopefully, I think he should be ready by playoffs. But hopefully, if we can get him back by April 2nd, I believe he can play the rest of the games. We can get him to the point where he can get into the in season awards. You know what I mean? Um, but that award, that, how can I say it? That rule wouldn't have been in, it wouldn't have been in play if people just came to work. And now we have a bunch of guys, a bunch of people, men and women, who don't want to go to work anymore. So I've said I'm in favor of the rule. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, men are supposed to." It ain't the point. I'm in favor of the rule because people need this. You have a top 1% job in the world. You should want to do it. You should love to do it. You know, but let's keep it moving here.
Please let him be okay. I pray for Detroit Pistons fans. Oh my God, because I don't want no excuses when the Knicks win. Please, this cannot be true. Damn, and I was just starting to get to like him.
If we had
strikes again.
if we had
evil, I told y'all that.
If we had real-time audio, I'm snitching crazy. Please. If we had real-time audio, I just happened to be in communication with the man. I had no idea what was going on. And all I heard was Cade Cunningham collapsed lung. I said, what? What the hell is a collapsed lung? How you collapse your lung on the court? He goes, Paul's reply was, God is good.
And this is why they haven't won a championship since 1973. I believe it was 1973 with Phil Jackson. This is why they didn't get one with Patrick Ewing. This is why they didn't get one with Carmelo Anthony. And this is why they won't get one this year. You know what I'm saying? Amongst a bunch of reasons, because they got a two guard as their point guard and they can't figure out. They want to blame Cat. They want to blame OG. They want to blame the coaches. They just not smart enough to know why they won't win. They won't win because they POSs, first and foremost. And also they won't win on the court because you got a two guard being the point guard. You're not going to win that way. You know what I'm saying? Just not going to win that way. Ain't got nothing to do with his height. You're not going to win that way. So, same thing out there in LA. When you got somebody that's as ball dominant as Luka, who don't know how to share the wealth first and then get his, they ain't going to win. You know what I'm saying? But pretty much this is disgusting. This is why they don't win. This is when they dumped the trash on that Indiana Pacers fan last year. That, this is why they don't win championships, because the New Yorkers are a piece of shit. It's the biggest city for rats, literally and figuratively. They have some of the most infamous snitches in the world, right? They have some of the most obnoxious fans. Just think about it. They ain't won a championship since 1973. And the last two times they went to a championship, they lost to Hakeem Olajuwon, and then after that, in the lockout season, they lost to Tim Duncan and the Spurs. And now you seeing why they never win nothing. Now you seeing why, they better just hold on to them Giants championships. Not sure if the Rangers doing well or whatever. Don't really know about it. And the Yankees, they are, shout out to the Mets too. They're POSs. They're POSs, bro. Ain't no way you should be over there celebrating winning. Let's just take the injury out of there. Celebrating winning the easy way. And I say this to the Lion fans all the time. This guy ain't playing or this guy's injured. No, you don't want to win that way. You want to be able to win straight up. You want to beat the team at their best. Now, they was going around saying that, oh, the playoffs gonna be different. Now they're celebrating the dude being injured. And let's keep it a bean. So this sugar cookie in the middle, you know what I'm saying? This motherfucker about 50 with braids looking like fake ass sugar free. What the fuck is you laughing for? You old as hell. Then this dude got all this gray in his beard with some shades on. What the fuck is you wearing shades for, homie? You know what I'm saying? Y'all laughing. And then my man's on the right, he tried to act like he really wasn't a part of it. Nigga got dust on his lips. Motherfucker got cocaine on his lips. Look at his fucking lips. Get a line up too, homie. You know what I'm saying? Get a line up. I just don't really. I lost a lot of respect for their fans over the last few years. Obnoxious, one of the worst owners in sports. But shout out to Mike Dolan for getting the right people in order. But this fairy tale ain't gonna end the way they think it's gonna end. You can make a case that they should have won it last year, couldn't get past Indiana. You can make a case that probably the year before that. I think I forget, did they lose to Indiana again the year before that? In Indiana, probably, they probably won't be back for a couple more years. They might get a high draft pick or whatever, but guess what? They're gonna have to deal with us regardless because we building this the right way. Think about how they built the New York Knicks respectfully. They built it on trading for Jalen Brunson. They built it on trading for Cat. I forget how I think they got OG in free agency. They traded for Mikal Bridges, and at the end of the day, they ain't built it through the draft. They built it on a bunch of Villanova Wildcats, which when they was at Villanova, I don't even think they won a championship. So they not, what they doing is not sustainable. Could they make some tweaks for them to get over the hump? Absolutely. But to be honest, they think, oh, we're gonna walk to the champ. You still gonna get smacked by the Oklahoma City Thunder or the Spurs. You're still going to get smacked. You may not make it out. You still may not make it past us. You may not make it to us. Collapsed lung is 2 to 3 weeks. The more concerning thing about Cade Cunningham is the fact that he will not be, eligible for the in-season awards. But about 2-3 weeks, he be in the playoffs. And let's just say, hey, they choose to shut him down. Motherfucker, we got a bunch of money. We got a bunch of draft capital. We got all our draft picks. And we got we can make moves. What can y'all do? Y'all got to be strapped to the key. Y'all about to lose Mitchell Robinson. Are y'all gonna make a move? Ain't nothing gonna change because y'all not gonna find a true point guard. There's only a handful of true point guards left. Trey, Tyrese, Cade. I don't even know the rest of them, but it's only a handful. Chris Paul retiring, he gone. It's only a handful of true point guards left. So they think they about to go win a championship. You still gonna get smacked. I promise you, they still gonna get smacked. They still gonna get smacked. They still gonna get smacked. And when you start talking about, you look at the Eastern Conference, dude, y'all gonna be the bottom of the barrel in the Eastern Conference, or y'all gonna be middle of the pack for years to come. Because once you scooch over here and look at it, Boston, they already done reloaded. If Tatum may not be back to himself until about next January. Cleveland, but I think the Raptors is gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I think they will figure it out. I think Orlando will figure it out, and I think the Hawks and I think Philadelphia. I think, the Hornets, yeah. Not sure about what the Bucks gonna do, and the Wizards could be a team that can rock. You definitely gonna have the Pacers back in the mix next year. You definitely gonna have the Hornets continue to rise. You definitely gonna have the Sixers once they cut the dead weight of Joel Embiid and brother Paul George. They gonna. I mean, dude, this is really realistically the reason why Sugar Cookie Faces on this page, Sugarfish cake, the fake sugar free, and the dude with the glasses on and with the meth dust from my mouth right there, cat. They happy because this their only chance to win. The window is closed if the New York Knicks don't do it this year. I hate to tell y'all that the window is closed as constructed. Now they can make some moves, but unless they go out there and find a true point guard, it ain't gonna happen. It's gone. Detroit gonna be right there. Boston gonna be right where they belong at the top or amongst the top. The Raptors gonna rise. The Hawks, I think, gonna be in great hands with Jalen Johnson. I think the Sixers gonna be in great. The Hornets, and then you don't know what the Wizards gonna do. Magically, them motherfuckers might stay healthy. The Knicks are cooked. If the Knicks don't do it this year, Detroit really ain't pressed. We playing with house money. If the Knicks don't do it this year, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Y'all gonna go be back to carrying the Boston and the Indiana Pacers bags in our bags. So y'all can kiki and laugh about going to the finals. Y'all thought y'all was going last year, the year before last. Y'all ain't making it this year. And when y'all don't make it this year, pack y'all up, go start over, blow it up. Jalen Brunson is y'all problem. If y'all can find a true point guard, I think y'all might can get over the hump. But like I said, as abysmal and as many assholes as y'all have as as fans, y'all just some bitch ass niggas in New York Knicks. Y'all got the worst fan base of all time. The worst. Y'all never win. The most rats per capita. The most rats per capita. That might go over some people's head. The most irritating fan base. Talk all that shit. Dude, y'all ain't been relevant in the hip-hop game since the early 2000s. That's a wrap. It's a wrap. New York is back page news. Y'all on the back of the New York page. Atlanta's on front page rap. Y'all had to throw that little jab. Even y'all New York niggas, Ace Boogie and them, higgity, higgity, jiggity, woogity. Even y'all, man, come back. Bring back the Timberlands and bring back to when y'all was dressing fresh and all that type of stuff, man. What happened to New York? What happened to the real New York when niggas was leaning back and it was hard to tell? You know what I'm saying? Many men. What happened to? I'm feeling it. New York done fell off, man. Y'all done fell off, man. Y'all went from Timberlands to Lugs. Hit the link in the description. Join the Patreon. Find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch. The fake sugar free, ghost face, sunglass face killer, and meth dust lips. Eat a dick.